Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My friends, first of all, I like really to tell you that you are welcome in your class of Life Science section. My name is Mr. Bassam Saad. I will teach you, inshallah, biology this year. It is normal that the student ask himself, first of all, what we will study in our program this year. What are the topics we will see and we will discuss together? In reality, there are 4 beautiful parts in biology this year. So please put a paper in front of you and take the title, only the title of each part, in order to let something in your memory, not more than this. So, in our life science study, we will see 4 parts in the program, in the whole program of life science this year. We will discuss 4 parts. The first part, it is what we name, what we say, the title of reproduction and genetics. It has this title. The first one, we have 4 parts. These 4 parts are extremely independent, and it is as if you study each time a new topic, a new matter. So if, la samahullah, you have a problem in one of the 4 parts, this problem will not remain with you during your study, your scholar study, or during your study this year. So the first part is called reproduction and genetics. Can you tell me what do we mean by reproduction, please? حدا بيعرف what is the meaning of reproduction? تكاثر يا أستاذ. Bravo, very good. Reproduction means تكاثر. To produce a new living being, a man and his wife. So then we will have a man, his wife, and a child, a beautiful baby. This is the reproduction. It is essential phenomenon. Without reproduction, we are not existing. So every time you want to study a topic in biology, the first thing is to ask me, why should we study it? Ya akhi, if you are studying life science, you have to study the importance of this life, the origin of our existence. In this class, we are here because our parents did reproduction. So reproduction gave us. So it is sufficient to understand this in order to understand why we have to study reproduction. It is the base of our existence. طيب, another question. What will happen if no reproduction? شو بيصير إذا صارت الناس تستحي؟ صار الرجال يستحي من مرته. Very good. No reproduction. وبعدين humanity شو رح يصير فيها؟ Humanity will disappear. Very good. So reproduction is a very important subject in life science that we have, in this case, to study it in our life science class. Reproduction. During reproduction, we will study the male reproductive system. We will study the female reproductive system. And we'll study the details of the reproduction. How and what are the conditions for reproduction to take place. Okay. Once we have reproduction, once the reproduction is realized, we'll obtain a baby. The baby. Look to this, please. Please look to this. When we say reproduction, we have to say in the same time genetics. Reproduction and genetics. Why? What is the study of genetics? What does genetic study? Very good. The characters. So when we study reproduction, as I said, we have a father, we have a mother, and we'll obtain a child, a baby. So genetics will study the characters of this baby. What about the characters this baby took from each of his parents. So every time we speak about reproduction and genetics are linked together, because reproduction will give a new living being, a baby, and genetics studies the characters this baby inherited from his parents. And this is what I have writing here. Very easy part. It's a very easy part. This is the first part called reproduction and genetics. طيب, what about the second part? You told us that we have 4 parts in biology. Yes. The second part, look to this, in genetics, will not marry a man and a woman together. Will marry what? هيدولي. Will marry هيدولي. راح نزوج فيران يا حبيبي. Will marry mice together and to study the characters of their offspring, of their descendants. Okay. The second part, it is about immunology. 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 What is immunology? What about immune system? What is Very good there. Yes, bravo. شاطر. المناعة. The immunology. It is another very easy part. Very easy part. And it is the part that will study how bacteria affects our body and how our body defends itself. Okay, yes, that's it. Yes, exactly. So in immunology, the main study in immunology, it is to study bacteria. Look to this. This is a bacterium. Okay, these are bacteria. We say one bacterium, but many, هيدول black, many bacteria, they are attacking the cell, our cell. And we'll study exactly how do bacteria attack our body and attack our cells, and how does our body defend itself in details. And it is extraordinary part. It's a beautiful part. It let us understand a lot of things about diseases, about treatment of diseases, etc., etc., etc. So, the first part, it is the reproduction and genetics. Please write the name with a well handwriting, please, on your copybook. Reproduction and genetics, very easy. The second part, immunology, very easy. It says what? Is there a hard part? No. No, there is no hard part. There is not something that is hard in biology and in teaching and studying if I accomplish my work very well and if you study a little. I said for you this before. There are 2 conditions. Only 2 conditions. You have to understand, and I will let you understand بإذن Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And study a little يا عمري. Study a little يا حبي. And ask your questions. Do not hesitate. Good. So, reproduction and genetics. The second part, immunology, very easy part. The third part, it's about neurophysiology. Neurophysiology. Neuro, it comes from what? From what? Neurons, very good. So, in neurophysiology, what we will study? Very good. We'll study nervous system. Very good. Nervous system. It is an easy part. Good. And in neurophysiology, in reality, we'll study it is similar somehow of your grade 10 curriculum or program. We say curriculum. Okay, of course, we'll study the neuron. We'll study the nervous cell, the neuron. We'll study how do we move. This is the neuron. Look to this neuron. The the neuron, the nervous cell, how to move, about something about nerves, etc., etc., etc. And it is a very interesting part because we are only differentiating, we are distinguished from other animals by having this brain. We are very intelligent. سامحني يا ربي. So, now what? Neurophysiology, it is the science that studies the nervous system, we study the neurons, we study the electric current, electric phenomena, sorry, electric phenomena that took place, okay, in our brain, and it is interesting, very interesting topic. The last part, it is about the systems of regulation. Systems of regulation. It is a very easy part. Regulation. Do you know what is the meaning of the notion, the word regulation? Regulation. It is regulated. تنظيم, نظام. Bravo. شيء عم يتنظم. Bravo. So something must be regulated in our body. Do you know as what? As what? The rate of 3 points in blood. Do you know the rate of glucose in blood? The amount of glucose in blood must be regulated. If it is not, we will have a disease. Very good. It is called flu. No, not flu. It is called syphilis. لا منه syphilis. What is called the disease that is due to a bad regulation of glucose level in blood? This glucose, it is the sugar in blood. Sukari, very good. In English, diabetes, very good. So systems of regulation. We'll study in reality in systems of regulation. There were 2 topics, but one of them was eliminated a long time ago, many years ago. It is the regulation of glycemia. Okay, it is eliminated from our program long time ago in reality, and we will study only the regulation of something else. It is the regulation of the sexual cycle of the girl. As I said, many things must be regulated in our body. The glucose amount in blood must be regulated. The blood glucose must be regulated. And as the girl, there is something that must be regulated, and it is the sexual must be regulated as the girl. And the sexual cycle, if it is not regulated, the sexual cycle presents problems, and that it is not regulated, this phenomenon will be affected. The reproduction will be affected. We'll see this in details. And as I said, there are interesting parts. Really, it is good. It is extraordinary to study our bodies. Biology, life science, it is something رائع. So, in our program, as I said, as a summary, in our program, we have 4 parts. The first part, it is the reproduction and genetics. It is a very easy part. The second part, it is the immunology. It is also very easy part. The third one, it is the neurophysiology. It is an easy part. And the last one, it is the systems of regulation, and it is a very easy part. 4 topics. Good. Is there any question? No, mister. Okay, as you want. But if there is any question, do not hesitate. Says, yes, I have a question. تفضل. What we'll do today? After this presentation of the curriculum, in reality, today, And in next periods, we will study something very important in biology. Before starting our curriculum, before starting our program, yani we say curriculum, we will study this. Look to this. Please look to this. Look to this. He is telling you something. Pay attention for this. We'll study how to solve a question in biology. How to solve a question in biology. You know this. You know this problem. It was a problem in last years. But believe me, we will نمسح الأرض بهيدا الموضوع. We will finish it completely. Okay? So how to solve it? It is the main idea. Before starting our study in reproduction and genetics, the first part, we will know how we will solve the questions in biology this year. And not any question. If the question contains one of these verbs or verbs, describe, analyze, interpret, deduce, and conclude or draw out. There are other verbs are determine, identify, specify, okay, compare. We will see them later. But these 5 verbs are what we call the main 4, the last 4 especially. We call them scientific reasoning. They need something. They need a skill. So, how to solve a question in biology if the question contains one of these verbs? Which verbs is this? Which verbs is this? These verbs. The first one, describe. The second one, analyze. The third one, interpret. The fourth one, deduce. The fifth one, conclude or draw out. Okay, yes, yes. So we should know how to solve the question if we see one of these verbs inside the question. Okay.